All right, let's talk about something really interesting today, a tool called Shodan. Ever wondered if there's a search engine, but not for websites, for everything else connected to the internet? Well, you're in the right place. We're going to walk through a guide that makes getting started with it super simple.
Searching for websites is second nature, right? But what about searching for devices? Like, how would you even begin to look for a specific type of server or, I don't know, an unsecured webcam or even something wild like an industrial control system? Yeah, that's a whole different ballgame. And to navigate that massive ocean of devices, you really need a guide. And lucky for us, that's exactly what we have today. Think of it like a map and a compass, ready to point you exactly where you need to go. And here it is. The guide is called Shodan Search and Account Setup. It's awesome, super clear, straight to the point, and it's designed to get you from knowing nothing to actually searching in just a couple of simple steps. Okay, so first things first, before we can even think about searching, we've got to understand what Shodan is. Like, how does it actually work? That's the foundation for everything else, so let's start right there. When you first see Shodan in action, it can feel a little bit like magic, right? Like it's just pulling all this device data out of thin air. But of course, it's not magic. There's a real process behind it, and getting a handle on that is the key to using this tool well. And here's the absolute biggest difference you need to get. Shodan doesn't crawl websites like Google does. Nope, it directly scans the internet, pinging devices to see what they are. And what it gets back is this raw data, this banner information that tells you everything, what services are running, the software versions, even where it is in the world. Okay, so we get the what. Now, how do we actually use it? This is where the fun begins. We're going to move from the theory to the practical and talk about how to master the search. And this is the big hurdle, right? It's one thing to know there are millions of devices out there, but it's another thing to find the one you're looking for. It's literally a global haystack, and you're not going to find that needle without some pretty specialized tools. And that's where filters come in. You absolutely need them to find anything useful. Just think of them as your way to cut through all the noise and really zoom in on the exact devices you want to see. Let's take a look at a couple of super powerful examples from the note. You've got the port filter. That lets you find devices running a specific service. Like if you search for port 80, you're going to see web servers. Then there's the country filter, which is amazing for any kind of location-based research. And these are just two examples, but they show you how you can go from a super broad search to something incredibly specific. All right, cool. So you know what it is, you know how to search. Now let's actually get you set up. This is the last piece of the puzzle, getting your account ready so you can go from just watching to actually doing. Look, getting started with a new tool can sometimes feel a bit messy, a little confusing. The whole point of this guide is to cut through that and give you a super clear, straight path. And it really just boils down to a simple two-step process to get your account and your access key. Seriously, it's that easy. Step 1, register for an account. Step 2, get your API key. And what's an API key? Well, just think of it as your own personal key to the kingdom. It lets you access Shodan's data in a more automated way and unlock some of the really powerful advanced features. Okay, so let's zoom out and pull all of this together. We've covered a lot, so what are the big takeaways? And more importantly, what can you do with all this now? Basically, this note gives you a complete toolkit, right? You now get the how behind Shodan. You've got a list of essential search tools, those filters we talked about, and you have a super clear guide to setting up your own account. You're ready. Honestly, this guide is everything you need to get started. It takes you from being a total beginner to being an explorer. Now you can start seeing the internet for what it really is. Not just a bunch of websites, but a massive interconnected network of actual devices. So that really is the final question, isn't it? You've got the map, you've got the tools, your account is all ready to go. The only thing left to figure out is, what are you going to explore first?